Hey everyone, welcome back is Jojo.
And Shrutspa. Yo!
Yay.
Jojo!
Yes. What's up?
Are you feeling the pain in Delhi?
I am
Are you
feeling
like,
I'm feeling
is
the
the
pain.
sardi giving you pains?
Yeah, it is. But now I'm chill. Now I'm feeling high.
uh,
See what I did there?
uh-huh, uh-huh. I see.
From the Feel High album, we have Pain by Bella and Sarkar. It's been requested from a long time. Come, December
Tha.
16 ko it dropped. Bella
Hmm,
and Sarkar, we've never heard Sarkar, so it'll be a first.
right.
And music is Bella, Mixmaster Bella. Track is called Pain. Chalo. No idea what it's about. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Well, obviously, it can't be about pain, but let's hear it.
Ha. One, two, three, play.
निकले जब गली से स्टेज पे मैं और दया थे जब बेस पे धुआं और पैसा है मेज पे बस हम ही रह गए बाकी फेंक थे वो भी कुछ अलग ही टेस्ट थे कल पैदल थे आज एरोप्लेन में हर कोई एक कलाकार छोटे चाहे वो स्टूडियो चाहे वो ट्रेन भी एक कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में तू भी एक कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में तू भी एक कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में तू भी है चाहे वो स्टूडियो चाहे वो ट्रेन में तू भी है हक है तुझे हम करते हैं काफी नादानियाँ और चैनल बनाता कहानियाँ जो सड़ते हैं हमसे हम पूछे भाई पैसा हम दोनों ने कितना कमा लिया तुम आंखों से आंखें मिलाते नहीं हम जिद्दी हैं गर्दन झुकाते नहीं हम दोनों भाई मिल गए तो शमिता बाज भी गिरे हुए पैसे उठाते नहीं फर्क पड़ता कितने मगरमच्छ हम जानवर ही थोड़े से अलग है तू अच्छा तो दुनिया ये जन्नत है तू झूठा तो जन्नत भी नरक है बस बातें बनाने का ठेका ले हकीकत के पीछे नहीं जाता कोई ये इश्क में मरना क्या मरना असली में मर गया तो वापस नहीं आता कोई पैरों में जूते या चप्पल है ये अपने लिए मैटर नहीं करता नहीं पहला इन बैनर पे दिखता नहीं सरकार इन गलियों में टिकता नहीं निकले जब गली से स्टेज पे मैं और दया थे जब बेस पे धुआं और पैसा है मेज पे बस हम ही रह गए बाकी फेंक थे वो भी कुछ अलग ही टेस्ट थे कल पैदल थे आज एरोप्लेन में हर कोई एक कलाकार छोटे चाहे वो स्टूडियो चाहे वो ट्रेन में एक कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में समझ नहीं आ रहा मेरे को रैपर्स क्यों खा रहे वोटे दे आइटम की याद में ये घूम रहे हम आगे हमको घूमते रहे हर कोई ये शेर जब तक असली नहीं हर कोई ये रैपर पर आर्टिस्ट नहीं हिप हॉप से पैसा तो आता है पर जाने मन दो की रोटियां काफी नहीं सड़कों पे जिंदगी काटी है असल करना हाथों पे लिखा है असल रहना माने सिखाया और जंगों को जीतना बापू से सीखा है अब मैं और दे किसी की सुनते नहीं गुनाहों पे सजा है राजी नहीं हम दोनों पागल और बागी भी और अपने लिए लिखना ही काफी नहीं निकले जब गली से स्टेज पे मैं और दया थे जब बेस पे धुआं और पैसा है मेज पे बस हम ही रह गए बाकी फेंक थे वो भी कुछ अलग ही टेस्ट थे कल पैदल थे आज एरोप्लेन में हर कोई एक कलाकार छोटे चाहे वो स्टूडियो चाहे वो ट्रेन में कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में तू भी एक कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में तू भी एक कलाकार चाहे तू पेन में तू भी है चाहे वो स्टूडियो चाहे वो ट्रेन में तू भी है हक है तुझे हर कोई एक कलाकार मेरा नाम क्या है तुझे भी हक है हर कोई एक कलाकार
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yo.
मतलब I almost felt like इस गाने का नाम कलाकार होना चाहिए था. Like, that was such a strong line.
Yeah.
That तू भी है कलाकार, तुझे हक है. That
Yeah.
like when I was listening. Also, did you feel like, you know how normally when we listen to songs, we always get so involved and engrossed into it that you feel like a part of the song.
Yeah.
यहाँ पे, there was like a very distinct separation that was maintained, to me at least. Like I felt like ये हम हैं और हम जो करते हैं ये है और आप as an audience outsiders हो जो जिससे हम बात कर रहे हैं. So while I felt very like they were talking to me, but I did not feel like a part of their gang. Like I almost felt like अलग रख के सिर्फ हम ही दो हैं. You know, that feel was so, it was there in the video, it was there in the way they shot it was there in the lyrics also. So it was an interesting experience because usually everyone's trying to get you in and make you a part of their thing. So वो अच्छा था. I kind of liked it, and it felt like a very अपनी जो अंदर की बात आप बताते हो, but very casually, very relaxed way में. And सब वही बात करते हैं ना कि हम ही हम थे, बाकी सब पानी कम थे. सब normally भी वही बात करते हैं. They were also talking about that, but कुछ अलग था still. Like it gave me retro vibes, although ये गाना अभी दिसंबर में आया है, right? ये अभी release हुआ है. It's a new release.
Yeah, it's
But
a new
I don't
release.
know why. I don't know why. It's very like a mixed sensory feeling I'm having. It's very
Probably
like
the
the feel is
melody.
coming.
The
Melody
melodies of
also,
the
you're
song
right.
are
Melody, the way it was shot. थोड़ा एक उसके अंदर एक echoey feel भी थी, which also, I mean, that can happen in a current song as well. But I don't know. That's the vibe I'm currently walking out with. What did you feel?
I felt like there were so many like bars and punchlines and like just deep
Oh, yeah.
thoughts that were delivered in this with a very easy style. Where
Yeah.
they needed to add a little bit more power, they did, and those lines really do hit you. And there was some very like I mean, the overall thing that I loved is that it was very real. It was like whether you're in the gully train, whatever you're doing in your life, you don't have to be a
Yeah.
singer or a rapper or someone famous. You are an artist in your own right. Like you are doing something that contributes to the world
Right.
in a way that only you can, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so in that sense, everyone's an artist on some level and everyone's doing their contribution to the thing. But what I really liked was one, how their voices blended with each other, how they were very
Yeah.
in sync, and just I really liked how it was mixed and mastered then, and the melody. Like this is the thing with Bella's songs, the melodies just stick. They instantly stick.
Yes.
It's so
Always.
so
Yeah.
easy to vibe to a Bella song instantly, which is
Yeah.
what I love. And then there were so many really nice lines there, like log something something पूछते हैं फिर हम कितना कमा रहे हैं. That is like that was like I made a mental note. I want to talk about this later. But there were some things like hip hop, पैसे देता है लेकिन दो वक्त की रोटियां काफी नहीं. And then he said something, if you're good then दुनिया अच्छी है जन्नत है, if you're bad then वो नरक है. Things like that. Like there were just some really nice real lines.
Yeah.
And the way they delivered them was, like I said, like the punches came with the right amount of energy, and the rest of the thing was just flowing so well. So I just loved the complete vibe of the song. And
Yeah.
so what I like, coming back to that point that I wanted to touch upon, the whole like log humse पूछते हैं हम कितना कमा रहे हैं and all, and I am just really appalled by that. Can I just tell you, because like now that it's come up in this song, I want to talk about it, because the way I grew up and was raised, or even the people I was surrounded by, it's just very tacky to discuss anyone's income. It's very tacky. You don't ask someone their salary. You don't ask someone how much money they make. You don't ask people that stuff. It's private. It's their business. So for me, and I've been seeing it so much. I don't know if it's a common thing in like the motherland, or just because I know it's not been in my family and friends, like so I don't know if it's like here where people just ask you tum kitna kamate ho, no. It's not cool. Nobody needs to know.
I've experienced it. I've experienced both sides of it. Like none of my friends and family ever do that. But I have been sitting in, and I come from a business family. So there are a lot of times when you'll end up meeting other people who are like family friends and people, right? Like in a party. And if you do something very different, like in my case, I've been a
radio.
RJ, a producer, voice actor. Yeah. So radio and then voicing. So it's very different. People are not used to it. So they are not aware of what it is. And it's very many times I've come across it where people will openly ask me, हाँ तो बेटा लेकिन कितना कमा लेते हो? Like how does, what they're actually trying to ask me is, how is this business? How does it work? But the manner of asking is very like, so it throws me off. You're absolutely right on that.
It's
it's very like,
if you're curious about the industry and how it works, or what like how sustainable it is as a source of income and a way of life and a way of living and earning a living, you can ask like so what does a typical RJ senior or junior would probably make, what range is their income going to be in, and things like that. And you can also Google that stuff, but you should never ask a human being sitting in front of you how much money they make or how much they're earning, or are they surviving on what they're doing. Like it's not your business. And talking about money and salary with someone is, it's just tacky. It's tacky as if, like I've had some people ask as well, relatives and all, like not relatives but family friends will just out of curiosity, and I don't think they mean any harm or whatever, but I am just like, someone asked like, is it, do you like what how kitna kama lete ho? I'm like, enough. enough for
exactly.
me, you know. But I generally tend to ignore it and just like give them a stare and move on to the next topic.
The funny thing is what follows after that. Like when I've done like enough and all, when I give like upar ke answers, then that smile comes, which is like she's not giving a proper answer, not because we are being rude, but she's not saying it because maybe she doesn't make enough. And it's a hobby.
That judgy smirk,
that judgy feel. And I'm like, and I'm just laughing.
But aapko kya hai? Like, I'm just, it's appalling to me. It's appalling.
I know. But
it's a serious problem. People should not, like, especially, and I see why, because rappers talk about it so much in their tracks. I'm just like, but he's doing what he loves, na? So leave him to. Why do you want to know how much money he's making? Or why do you want to compare ki ye rapper zyada kama raha hai ya wo kam kama? Like, what is the need? They're doing their thing. Leave them to it. They're managing their life. Why do you need to know the exact figures? I think and also it's tacky to flex about when you're making a lot of money, whether it's lakhs or crores or whatever. It's tacky to flex that stuff about that stuff, you know, because like.
So, recently for the first time,
does that really make a person?
The good side of this?
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened is I was chatting with a fellow voice actor and we were having a discussion, and he said that normally, because no one ever discusses how much one charges and what money, because money things are always very hush-hush, even among
as
people.
They should
You're
be.
Talking about as they should be. But here's what happens. Because of that, because it's the industry is so dynamic, that the same thing, what a woman gets charged for, the same thing a man gets paid a lot more. Because there is no open discussion. So there has to be there are places where you should have this discussion and there are places where you shouldn't have the discussion, right? So within family and within what we were discussing earlier, the intention matters. If you're asking somebody because, whatever, you shouldn't ask. It's tacky. But at the same time, within your peer groups, sometimes it's very important to discuss money so that gender equality can come in.
Yeah.
One. Two, sometimes one doesn't know how much to ask. And because they're so new, and because it's a taboo topic, you're like, lekin, how do I ask? How much do I ask for? Like, agar main ek VO ki recording kar rahi hu, kya karu? So I know what you mean, but I'm just saying that there are so many sides to it that one has to be very human and like a little more dimag needs to be used to figure out kahan pe ye baat karni hai, kahan pe nahi karni, and don't shy away from discussing, but figure out who you want to discuss it with. So just
absolutely. I completely get that. There are actually two very different circumstances. One is where you're just like, oh, how much does this person make? The other is a very genuine, like, oh, listen, I'm new in this scene and I'm trying to figure out how much I should charge this person. They want me to do this voice. And that's another thing, because for one of my stations, we hired a voiceover artist, and he did the whole station imaging. So it was very like, okay, we were like, okay, what's your thing? And he's like, listen, in the industry, this is the bracket that we work in for jobs like this. Right. So this is my thing. Yeah. So there is sort of like an understood thing within each industry as well. Just like if I was going for an engineering job, I would Google it and say, okay, what is the salary ranges for these jobs, right? And you get that range. Now it's up to your negotiating power as an individual, how much you can in that range get out of your employer, right, for yourself. Correct. So of course those conversations need to be had, but they need to be had in a private, like people you trust and people you feel like, not listen, help me out. Just hey, help me out. I have no clue. Just tell me what the range is. What is a real number that I should look for in the scene. Correct. Absolutely have those conversations, but don't. Come on. This judginess and trying to figure out who's making what, and then others flexing also ki main itna sara kama raha hu. It's just
that's what's happening here.
I mean, nothing will happen like that with me. I'm just saying in general. वो बहुत ही tacky लगता है.
Generally,
ये topic हमने बहुत लंबी देर तक discuss कर लिया. I think they are feeling the pain now of our discussion.
नहीं, we should do just unboxing होती है ना. यहाँ पे she's focusing so much on a band-aid that very slowly, I think one video will be only about unboxing of that, unwrapping of that band-aid.
I will not give them that kind of pain. Don't worry.
Oh God. Lovely. Chalo.
You got this pain reference. You did catch two sentences ago when I said it.
No, I didn't.
Never mind, they got it. Chalo, we are going to go now. Bella and Sarkaar love the track, total vibe, and keep it real like you did in this track. We love it. Feel High album mein aur kitne gaane hain? We don't know. Tell us. And drop me a recommendation in my DMs on Instagram, handles below. Bhola's handle is below as well. What are you doing? Okay,
Pointing.
I know. The figure's already there. So yes. Abhi aayega. So anyways, do support the channel. It means a lot. And tell us what you thought of our discussion. I'm really curious to know if this has happened with you, and just your general thoughts on this whole money matters.
हुआ है तो tell us the whole thing.
Yeah, tell us.
सबके साथ क्या-क्या हुआ है.
Comment. Very interesting. Yes. Chalo, take care of yourselves. Live long and prosper.
तू भी है हक है तुझे हर कोई एक कलाकार मेरा नाम क्या है तुझे भी हक है हर कोई एक कलाकार